Hello everybody, this is Sabyasachi Paul from Eastern Finances Limited. Now the exchange rate in India is hitting rupees 80 to the dollar currently. Now let us try and understand the reasons behind it and what exactly is happening. Now if you have a look, now not only is the Indian rupee uh, but a lot of other currencies are also actually depreciating against the US dollar. And to put things into perspective, the dollar index is at around 108 currently, and it is up over 11% this year, starting from January. So, beginning of January it was about 97, which currently is around 108. And if you just look at the chart, we will see that other than the Russian ruble, all the other major currencies have actually depreciated this year from January. If you look at Japanese yen, it's down about 19%. The British pound is down about 13.4%, and the euro is down about 11.3%. In comparison, I think the Indian rupee, which is down by about 7%, has fared much better in comparison. The Indian rupee would have depreciated from about 75 rupees to the dollar to 80 rupees to the dollar currently. Now, over here, the other currency which has appreciated this year, I think the Brazilian real. If you have a look, although it has appreciated by 2.5% from January, if you look at it from the beginning of the Ukraine-Russia war, even the Brazilian real would have depreciated. Now, why is this happening? If we try and understand, the US dollar was officially crowned as the world's reserve currency and was backed by the world's largest gold reserve thanks to the Bretton Woods Agreement. Now, instead of gold reserves, other currencies accumulated reserves in US dollars. In addition to this, we have a term coined petrodollar, which basically means that all the oil import and export which happens between countries, they all happen in US dollars. So that basically acts as a currency for major trade all across the world. So that is one reason that US dollar is strong. And the other reason obviously is that because of this background, generally we see that in terms of in times of uncertainty, the US dollar generally does very well. So because of this Ukraine Russia war, this has actually helped strengthen the dollar to a great extent. But this is just one of the reasons. Some of the other reasons is that if we again see what is happening in Europe, because of the supply constraints as far as oil and gas from Russia is concerned, there is some kind of fear of recession which is there in Europe. And if we see, the euro currently is trading at a 20-year low. It is at parity with the US dollar at about same level. Now this is happening for the first time since 2002. So as I just said that euro, even the euro this year itself has depreciated by 11.3%. So again, because of the softness in euro, because of this fear of recession in Europe, that is again pushing up the dollar further. So this is again one of the other reasons. And lastly, I think if we see whatever is happening in the US itself, the inflation is at a 40-year high of 9.1%. Now, because of this high inflation, the Fed has been increasing rates very sharply, and going ahead also, the Fed is supposed to meet again next week on 26th and 27th July, and the expectation is that we will have another 75 to 100 basis points rate hike, taking the Fed rate up to 2.25% to 2.5%. So if we see with with this kind of a rate hike being taken, the bond yields across 10 years in the US, if you look at the shorter end, 10 years, 30 years, they are trading above 3%. So if you just go back, they were at about 1 to 1.5% about a year back, and because of this sharp increase, they are also trading at above 3%. So typically what happens is that because of high interest rates on US bonds, that also tends to push flows towards US bonds and US treasury. So because of this, again, what happens is that the US dollar tends to strengthen. And lastly, if we see that in the kind of rate hikes which we are anticipating the Fed to take, if we just have a closer look, all the other current countries, they are actually playing catch up with the kind of rate hikes which the Fed is taking. I mean, even in India, the last time we took about a 50 basis points hike, and again, after we see what the Fed does this year, again, the RBI is meeting next month for another rate hike, but in the sense that whatever rate hikes the Fed is taking, we are actually following it and trying to catch up with it, and that with a certain lag, and that is one reason why this is happening in terms of the rupee depreciation. So I think this is the crux of the matter as far as the exchange rate is concerned. Now, if you like what I am saying, please subscribe and share my videos for better reach. Thank you.